Hi, it's Elaine from Penguin Place. This is take 2. I've recorded a whole video about how yesterday's craft show went, and I realized I hadn't turned off the mute on my phone, and I forgot my microphone, and I'm talking sort of quietly because my husband is asleep out in the living room, so I just deleted the whole thing. There were so many outtakes in there anyways. Let's just start from scratch. So, yesterday was the show at the mall. My first time doing that show. I was very apprehensive about it. Woke up earlier than the alarm, which I usually do when I'm all worried about something. I wanted to leave at 8:30. I was ready to go by about 8:15. So it was 8:18 when I was out in the driveway, ready to pull out. And I have a little video about that I made in the driveway. Sorry, I think that one and then the next one, I forgot that I needed to turn my phone sideways for videos. So not the best, but I'm learning how to insert videos and add pictures and all that. So it's good practice. So first video. Okay, I am off to my craft show. The car is loaded. As you can see, it's pretty packed back there. Whoop. Okay, takes about a half hour to get to the mall. Since I left 12 minutes early, I also got to the mall about 12 minutes. I thought I had the greatest parking space ever for unloading for the show. Did a little video there. Next video. Well, it's 8:48. I've arrived at the mall. Going to see if the door's open for me to get in and check in, find out where I'm supposed to go. I got pretty close to the entrance that has a double door, so I think I can load my cart up pretty high. And over there is a Hobby Lobby. So after I'm done with the show, I need to go to Hobby Lobby and get some yarn. Really, there's one color of yarn that I need. And I got my hand over the camera. Okay. Bye-bye. Gonna go set up. Okay. As I found out when I went in, I went in and I thought that the middle of the mall was to the left. Walked down a ways, it's like, oh, nope, that's not it. So I had to come back, go to the right, found the woman who was the organizer and told her where my car was, and she says, nope, that's not the best space. So she walked me over, showed me, okay, there's your booth over there. Then we walked down, and had to go in one of those authorized personnel only doors in the mall, down this long hallway. It's like the depth of a store in the mall, and then out a door. And she goes, okay, you can park here by this dumpster and unload from here. Okay, but still, it was a long walk to go into my booth, unload, then go back out again. It took about 6 minutes. So the whole unload procedure took about 40 minutes. Then I think I have a video here for what my booth looked like once I was all set up. Okay, it's 9:57. I'm loaded in and I have 1 hour to turn this into a nice display. Gotta get to work. It's 11:16 and I have started to set up. Actually, I finished setup. Everything has tags on it and ready to go. No shoppers yet though, even though we've started like 15 minutes ago. We'll see. Okay, so I got my booth all set up. I think it was all set up by 10:30 or so. I had one woman who asked if she could come in and look around while I was setting up, but she didn't buy anything. It took over an hour before I got my first customer. It was an hour and 16 minutes into the show before my space was paid for. But that's always a relief. Like, okay, the show is not in the negatives. My table's paid for. Then, things sped up. I started having customer. And there was something different about this show from the last one I'd done. At the last one I'd done, there were 3 different people who haggled over prices. Like one woman picked up a couple of the chill pills, happy pills that I have in my box. The box is just where I put all these little scrap yarn projects. And it's labeled $8 each, 2 for $15, 3 for $22, 4 for $28. I think there's a sign on the box that says, like the more you buy, the cheaper they are. And she holds up 2 different pills and she goes, "This one is smaller than this one. They shouldn't be the same price." And I said, it's a lot easier for me to not have to individually price all these little things. I'm standing on the price. Well, she did pick one out and she's like, "This one is smaller. Can I have it for $6 instead of $8? Yeah. And other people like, "Oh, will you take $10 for this instead of $12? Oh, will you take, I think it was $15 for this instead of $18? It's like, my prices are very reasonable. I don't think that people should be bargaining with me. If they do buy multiple items, yeah, I'll toss on $1 discount or something like that. But to be haggling with me over individual stuff, I don't like that. It sort of put a little black rain cloud over that show. This show is not like that. Nobody argued with me about prices. People were very complimentary, telling me my stuff was beautiful, telling me that I was really talented. It's like, whoa, they're just building me up all day long. And one woman, she was a hoot. She comes in and she's looking around my booth and she goes, "Oh, I hate you." I'm like, "What?" She said, "You make such cute stuff. And there's so much cute stuff here. I want to buy everything. You're going to bankrupt me. I hate you." And she bought one of the most expensive items of the day. It was the most expensive item that I sold all day. My Dilly, the Highland cow, you can't see the bottom hand here. Usually the Highland cows are like 6 inches tall, and I think Dilly is about 10 inches tall because I made him with Karen Cakes yarn. I'll have to put a picture of him up over here. I'd called him Dilly because of the Disney song Lavender Blue Dilly. Don't ask me what show it's from. When I was a kid, I had Disney's Greatest Hits on a record. And that song was on the favorite side of the record that I played over and over again. So I know that song. Just like, what else was on there? The Jungle Book, King Louie, I'm the King of the Swingers, and The Bare Necessities, and Chimney, and the Siamese Cat song. All of those. I can still sing those songs because I listened to that one side of the record over and over again. And now I've gone down a rabbit hole and I forgot where I was. Okay, the difference of this show, that people were willing to pay the prices that I had marked, and they were very complimentary, and people were very nice at this show. I did end up making 5 times my table cost. I had 17 customers, a total of 22 items sold in an interesting range. I mean, they went from the little chicken nuggets. I just had little, that big, little chicken nuggets I made with worsted weight yarn with little faces on them. And one mom came and bought 3, one for each of her kids. Other people are like, "Oh, these are cute. Oh, should we get one?" But they didn't. But they got attention, so I want to restock that box. When there's a product that's been sitting in inventory for a long time and it sells, that's a yes moment. And I had 2 of those years ago. It's probably 5 or more years ago. I'd have to look it up. I made this long-legged monster. I'll put a picture of him up here. I think the pattern name is Manuel the Monster. He's just been sitting in inventory. He's been in my Etsy shop for years. Didn't sell. And he sold yesterday. Yes. And about 2 years ago when I got my knitting machine, it's just a little, one of these round Centro machines. You crank it and You get a tube of knit. I found a pattern for the Yip Yips, a little Yip Yip storage bag, little hanging bag like the Martians that they used to have on Sesame Street. It calls it Yip Yip because they go yip 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 yip, Well, these two women came into the booth, and one of them zoomed in on that right away. A Yip Yip! And the other woman was like, no, don't you dare, don't you dare. And they're telling me this story, that the one woman tortures the other woman with that Yip Yip song. She's always singing it around her. Her friend can't stand. She just teases her mercilessly with it. And she ended up buying the Yip Yip, and she's like, I am going to have such fun with this. So, yay! Butter lambs, they went. I had 7 ready to go on Friday morning. Friday morning, I got an Etsy order early in the morning for 2 butter lambs. So I was down to 5 for the show. There was a young woman at the store. I was just in front of Bath and Body Works. When she was opening up for the day, she took a quick look through my booth as I was setting up, and she was like, oh, look at those butter lambs. So all through the day, I hear her inside the store talking to her co-workers, saying, did you see the butter lambs that lady has out there? I've got to buy a butter lamb. I've got to buy a butter lamb. And she's telling them, you know, some of them had never heard of butter lambs before. She's telling the whole story. She was sending customers my way. And she comes out to the front of the store and she goes, I can't leave until break time. How many butter lambs do you have left? I said, 4. How much are they? So I'm taking down the butter. Okay, this one's 15, this one's 9, this one's 6, this one's 8. She goes, I'll take the $6 one. Can you hide him for me? So I set him off on the little table next to my chair. And like 2:15 in the afternoon, she had her break, so she came out and bought him. But I only brought one home, and I'm going to be making butter lambs and chicken nuggets this week to restock for Saturday's show. Other items that got a lot of attention or sold were my dachshunds. Again, a lot of people were like, oh, they thought they were so cute, but they didn't sell. But they got attention. The mushrooms were getting a lot of attention. I did sell one. I sold Molly the mushroom that I made for a crochet along last fall. So that's 2 shows in a row where I've sold a mushroom. So I need to make some more mushrooms for the next week's show. Axolotls, I sold 1, I think, yes. But they were getting a lot of attention. People, oh, look at the axolotls. And turtles. People would say, oh, look at the turtle. I'm like, okay, there's more turtles here, there's turtles here, there's turtles there. And I think I sold 4 turtles. Just little ones, you know, just another scrap yarn project. Like one of them, I put green and red together and made a Christmas turtle, and he sold. The show wrapped up around 4 o'clock. My last sale was at $3.29, so I'm just sitting around twiddling my thumbs, waiting for the show to end. Shoppers were ending up. So that long trek, 4 times. One time, a basket fell off my cart and stuff spilled all over the place. So I was just so tired when I got home. But when I left, I was right in the same parking lot as Hobby Lobby, and I needed some chicken nugget colored yarn. Yarn was 30% off at Hobby Lobby. The only problem is this thing cost me $9.12 with tax after the 30% discount. Paying $9.12 for 1 skein of yarn. I don't like that. But I'll probably get a zillion chicken nuggets out of that. Probably make some other stuff out of it too. So I got home, plugged the numbers from the sale into the computer. And I thought, yes, I am going to get back into the black again. Nope. 97 cents in the red. But then I had to add my $9.12 for a skein of yarn, in the 30 miles to and from, 30 miles total to and from the show. And there was a trip to the post office on Friday because somebody forgot to put her Etsy package out in the mailbox, so I had to drive to the post office. So adding those things back in, I'm back in the red, about 30 bucks. But I have orders for 4 butter lambs. We have another show coming up, so I'm going to see some black in my spreadsheet soon. But that show is 3.5 hours south of here at my daughter's house, and we're staying in a hotel for 2 nights. So that's going to sort of get me back in the red again. But it's sort of like, it's like a game. Like, 3 steps ahead, 4 steps back, 3 steps ahead, 4 steps back. It'll be nice to go down and see the grandkids and spend some time with family. And I have high hopes for that show. I've done so well both times I've done that show before, so I'm really looking forward to that. So I will be stitching away at butter lambs and chicken nuggets this week. I will try to find stuff to show you some of the stuff I finished. I made 2 more octopus while I was at the show, and I finished up my crazy critter challenge for March, making the orange and pink striped lizard. Actually, I took a picture of him, so I can put a picture up there. But the octopus, I did not get a picture of them while I was at the show, and I have no idea what crate they are packed in, and there's still 3 or 4 crates out in the car. I was going to make my coffee this morning, and it's like, where's my mug? I have a big Yeti mug that I put my coffee in every morning. It was still out in the car. It was in my lunch bag, which I did not bring in last night. I came home. I had over 10,000 steps on my Fitbit. My feet hurt, my knees hurt, my ankles hurt. I was just a mess. I was so tired. I sat in my chair and I played some video games, and I was trying to work on a proofreading assignment, and I kept falling asleep. And I ended up going to bed at 10 o'clock, which is way early for me. But I was just like, I don't want to empty the car. I think I made 2 or 3 trips in with stuff, and it's just like, the rest of it can just stay out there, because tomorrow's another day. I can do it tomorrow. I can do it Monday. I'm not doing it tonight. I'm going to sit in my chair, and I'm not moving. That's one reason why I don't know if I would do this show again. I mean, it did go well for me, but just the whole thing of the distance from the table to the car and going back and forth so many times, like, nice warm mall, out into 29 degrees, back into the nice warm mall, back out into 29 degrees. Just exhausting. And I don't know. I'll think about it. Maybe if my friend Joanna was doing it with me, maybe that would help a little bit. But at this point, I don't know if I do it again. So I have another show this weekend, and I'm not worried about that one. I'm sure that will go well. It's one where they let you set up the night before, so I don't have to get up at this really early hour to go do it. The organizer is just a doll, and she runs a very good show. The students are so nice and helpful with helping you unload and get stuff set, and they're always saying, can I help you with anything? Do you want to buy something from the snack bar? Can I get you something? It's a delight to do that show, and the customers are great, and I know I'm going to have a great sale there, so no worries for this weekend, except, driving. Worried about the weather, are we going to have another snowstorm when it's time to drive down to Pennsylvania? It seems like every weekend we're having snowstorm around here, but that's Buffalo. So I'll see you in a few days. I'll try to scare up some of the stuff that I've finished for a Look What I Made video, but that's just the summary for the show. After all my worries, it went well, and all my worries were unfounded, as usual. So, thank you for watching. I appreciate all the likes and the comments, and thank you so much to all of you who have subscribed. It's been an adventure starting out a YouTube channel and getting used to being in front of the camera like this. And I know that I don't have the best video editing skills. Sometimes my transitions are sort of choppy, or you can tell that I cut something out, but I'm working on it. My son-in-law edits videos. He's a youth pastor and he puts up videos for the church, so maybe I'll get some tips from him when I'm down there this weekend. So bye bye, see you in a few days.